Welcome back. This chapter is on health savings accounts and consumer-driven health plans. Then I'm going to give you the power of 3 words. I'm going to give you a little latitude, and I'll talk about that in a minute, and then I'll introduce the next chapter. So let's go ahead and get started. So, obviously, if you're watching this video, you've gone through the PowerPoint presentations, and you've read the chapters. So, these are the power of 3 words, or really abbreviations. I'm going to give you a little latitude, pick 2 to 3 of them, and come up with some creative artwork, and I'll show you what I've done, because they're really not that conducive to picking an image and talking about it. So you got a little latitude on this one. I'll give you an example here in a moment. So if your power of 3 was a flexible spending account, you can see the 3 pictures I put together. You've got the money, you've got the person stretching, and then you've got a safe there representing the account, and then you can add the details and explain what a flexible savings account is. The next chapter is small group market, talking about insurance for companies that have fewer than 50 employees. I think this one is a particularly interesting chapter, and hopefully the person presenting this will do a good job, because I think it does warrant further discussion. Alright, for this last chapter, these are the words for the power of 3. Again, you've got some abbreviations, so you've got some latitude to pick some pictures, kind of put them together to help you do a better power of 3 and come up with a good quality discussion question for your classmates. So let's go ahead and get started. Since you've already read through the PowerPoint, I'll just kind of highlight what a health savings account is. Basically, it's pre-tax dollars. So it's where it's a model that has a high deductible insurance plan with tax sheltered savings account. And so if you look at this, probably the biggest takeaway you can take from this particular slide is that an individual is paying $1,200, where a family is paying $2,400 as far as minimal deductible. You know, an individual is one cost, a family plan is twice that cost, but the family may have 5-6 members in it. So it obviously is better for the insurance company and the employer in terms of cost to insure just a single individual. An HSA is an excellent deal. I know personally my family's used it, and the annual contribution rate is $3,050 for an individual and $6,150 for a family.
Rick, are you working out of the first edition of the book? Here in the second edition, in 2013, for the individual it increased to $3,250, and for a family it was increased to $6,450.
Excuse me! In 2014, the contribution limit for single is $3,300 and for family is $6,550.
Who is that guy?
So let's go over some of the characteristics of a HSA account. The earnings build or accrue tax-free. The funds are then withdrawn tax-free. And I'll give you an example. My family put money into the account. The school district then in turn gave me a credit card. I go see the doctor. They swipe the credit card, and then it's reduced accordingly based upon how much money I put into the HSA.
If anyone withdraws funds from their HSAs for non-medical purposes, the amount will be subject to tax and 10% penalty.
Remember I was telling you about that credit card that my company gave us? I tried to run it through and use it in GNC to buy vitamins, and it got blocked.
Let me close with saying, if anyone withdraws these after their retirement age of 65, then there will be no penalty, but they have to pay tax on it.
Okay, so as far as comparisons, we gave you the HSA. We need to talk a little bit about medical spending account. Again, it's tax sheltered medical savings account. The unspent balance carries forward, which is a nice option. It requires a high deductible and is limited to small firms. Now, the FSA, or flexible spending account, is a tax sheltered flexible spending account. The unspent balances are lost and does not require any insurance plan.
So the medical spending accounts are specially devised for small business groups, employees, and all 3 plans have this tax sheltered spending kind of mechanism.
consumer-directed health plans is similar in that it's high deductible and it has the HSA component. The plan may have a preventive service component, information on the appropriate uses of services, and most importantly, it's a network of preferred providers. So the consumer then can pick the provider that they want to use. Okay, let me give you a typical example of 1 year expenditure using a health savings account.
So dry.
Who is that guy? Rafat!
I don't know, Rick, but I have 3 more years of health expenditure data that I would love to go through in detail with the class.
Boring.
Who is this guy?
Who is that guy?
Notice the total amount in year 3.
Come on, Rifat. Let's do something different.
Alright.
Don't do it, Rafat. Don't do it.
I have to make a healthcare decision. I have to make a health insurance decision. I have to make a health insurance decision.
Calm down, Rifat. Calm down. Have a seat on the couch. Tell me what's going on.
I have to make a healthcare decision.
I think I can help you.
Are you the guy?
I think I am.
I have to pay a high deductible for my surgery. How can I cover it?
Hey, don't you have a health savings account?
Yes, I do. Do you think I can use it for paying my deductible?
Why not? This is what it is meant for. And this is why the government makes it tax exempt, to give you and your employer the incentive to save it on your behalf.
I did not know that. Can you brief me more on it?
Look, there are different types of health savings accounts. For any eligible health saving account, there must be a high deductible health plan. You could always use the savings on non-qualified expenses, but with Affordable Care Act, the tax is more on such withdrawals.
Can my friend who works for a small business utilize this health saving account?
Well, this is a tricky question. Previously, several small businesses used preferred provider organizations to provide health insurance. But as the price of health care kept rising, most of the small businesses switched to HDHP, also known as high deductible health plans.
Let me call my friend to ask him about his plan.
Bring, bring.
Hey Mike, how are you doing? Hey, tell me about your plan from your employer. Okay. That's very good. Okay. Well, he said his employer offered a plan, but due to exceeding charges, the third-party health provider ran away and left the state.
So sorry to hear that. You know, small businesses have no negotiating power, and most of the time they have to purchase high deductible health plan or unionize either with other small businesses or with labor unions to achieve power like that of big corporates to negotiate health plans with third parties. And even if they offer, mostly you remain underinsured.
So, is Affordable Care Act going to help small businesses?
Well, Affordable Care Act does not penalize small businesses with less than 50 employees for not having health insurance. Rather, tax credits are available for less than 25 full-time employees. But if the small business has more than 50 full-time employees, health plans are mandatory, and if not offered, they will be fined. Consumer-driven health plan is an example of what you got it. This encourages the consumer to look for cheaper health services or that offer a good value. Does that make sense?
I see, you are the guy. But who was that guy?
Well, that was odd. Who is that guy? I guess it's one of Rafat's buddies. But anyway, the guy talked about, companies that have 1 to 9 employees, companies that have larger than that, then companies that have over 50, some of the rules and regulations regarding the size of the company. All right, well, let's close out this chapter and finish this up. But, one of the reasons that small employers offer health insurance, let me give you some of the top ones. It's the right thing to do. It helps recruitment. The owner actually needs coverage, and it decreases turnover. So let's go to some of the reasons that they don't offer insurance. So the top 4 reasons that employers would not offer health insurance: basically the business can't afford it, the revenue's uncertain, the employees have coverage elsewhere, maybe their spouses have insurance, or it is a type of business that is very seasonal and has high turnover or has a lot of part-time workers.
Hey class, thank you for letting me join you. I hope you like the change. And hang in there, Rifat.
Thanks, man.